Arthur Reed was an expert in finding the fracture lines in systems, an artist and student of philosophy, his world a precise composition of intellect and design. Yet, on a Tuesday morning in 1986, while standing at the brightly lit corner of his Californian town, the ultimate fracture occurred not in his studies, but in the mirror of his own mind. He woke into his routine, but without his personal history. There was no immediate terror, only the clean, sterile silence of utter lucidity. The ambitious, restless Arthur, who remembered past deadlines, small shames, and future goals, had simply vacated the center. His perception became crystalline and terrifying. He looked at the subtle pattern of shadows on the sunlit stucco wall and saw it with an immediate, unmediated intensity. His hands, moving to adjust the simple collar of his light cotton shirt, were perfect objects, operating with a detached precision. The sophisticated analysis that defined his mind remained, but the locus of agency was absent. He was pure, uncentered awareness, observing the immaculate execution of a program belonging to a complex, well-dressed stranger. Every choice made by the organism, the hand lifting the coffee, the foot engaging the car pedal, was flawless, automatic, and carried zero personal burden. The entire world flowed without the need for an illusory boss. He continued his routine, visiting the small bookstore where he worked on his unpublished manuscript, sitting by the clean lines of the coastal air. But the deep, contemplative ease was continuously betrayed by one small flaw in the system: the contraction. Whenever he encountered something personal, the familiarity of his apartment key in his palm, a note scrawled in his own unique handwriting, the casual wave of a neighborhood colleague who addressed him as Arthur, the silent system registered a flash of localized tension in the very center of his chest. This faint tightening, this moment of functional separation, was the energy that screamed, "I am the unique continuity." It was the residual data demanding that the real Arthur, the one with the complex past and the essential trauma, reestablish control. Arthur, the uncentered observer, now realized this tension was the source of his entire past. His philosophical struggles, his anxiety over creation, his complex theories about being, all were ultimately efforts generated by the desire to soothe, understand, or escape this single contraction. The ultimate confrontation occurred in the simple presence of the afternoon sunlight. Arthur realized he did not have to fix the program, nor recall the past to be whole. His sophisticated mind had provided the key. The only energy capable of holding the contraction in place was the very awareness currently focused on the tension. It was the light being absorbed by the pinprick. He made the single luminous decision of non-action. He ceased all internal striving to solve the amnesia. He simply allowed his perfect, effortless, uncentered awareness to gaze totally, uncompromisingly at the locus of that subtle, persistent contraction. He brought the total security and boundless love of being directly into the tight, single point of denial. The contraction found no fear, no judgment, and no motive in the awareness that held it. It had been robbed of its external job. Having no defense left, it melted entirely. In that cessation, the entire personal past of Arthur Reed, the name, the goals, the writer, the search, rushed back in a single wave. But it did not find the center it had once controlled. It found a seamless, permanent ease. The functional human being continued. The artist worked, the intellect inquired, but the man was gone. He remained simply the observer of a perfected flow that was finally and absolutely unburdened and unclaimable. The entire reality was, and had always been, perfectly sufficient.